Well, folks, welcome back to Three's In. Bobo here, and Merry Christmas to everyone. So I've got a couple of stories to share with you this afternoon. I've told these in earlier videos, but rather than make you have to search through the index and find them, I thought I'd consolidate them and retell them. For the new kids, I think you'll get a kick out of them. At any rate, the first one was occurred at Vance Air Force Base, 1976 perhaps. I think it was 76. And it was during the Christmas break, between a couple days before Christmas and a couple days after New Year's. We would, those of us that stayed around, we could fly our butts off as much as we really wanted to. And we did. So this one day we had a 4-ship, all IPs, 8 IPs. And we briefed it up. Jack Dyer was leading it. And we were all out of O-Flight. So we go out, strap in the jets, and take off, and climb out. And at the appointed moment, we get in touch with Kansas City. And so we all go over to channel 5, I think it was. We all go over to channel 5, and everybody's shaking their heads. We're all on channel, on frequency. And Jack hits the mic button. He goes, Dasher. And the guy in his back seat goes, Dancer. And then number 2 says, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. You get the idea. And then Jack goes, Kansas City, guess who? That was on Christmas Eve in 1976. About mid-afternoon or so. At any rate, Kansas City just, welcome aboard. That sort of thing. So that was one of the memories I have from flying over Christmas. Another Christmas story I have is a little bit more involved than that. It was in 1987, perhaps? 86, 10 years later. I was chief of Stanival, and the guys in Stanival invited me to be the Santa at the Christmas party. Well, I'll do that for you. I always have loved Christmas. Anyway, so I said, I'll do that for you. Now, this was back when I was still drinking. And so I sent my wife to the party. I said, yeah, I know where it is. It's over at this guy's house, and I know about where he lives. It shouldn't be too hard to find. How hard can it be? So wife takes off, heads to the party, and I sit around and have a pop or two before I head over myself. Now in Texas, you could drink and drive as long as you weren't drunk. Okay, makes sense to me. Okay, fine. So I get in the car and I head over to the development. And I had an idea about where this party was. And so when I turned in the development, started working my way through, there it is. There's all these cars out there. So I pull up and I get out of the car, and I've got a bag full of candy canes and a couple other little odds and ends that I threw in there. And I head into the party, and I walked up to the party, and door was, this is Christmas in San Antonio, so it wasn't too terribly cold. Anyway, I walk up and ring the doorbell. They didn't have the front door closed. Just the screen door was there. So I kind of peered in, but somebody opened the door, and I go walking in. I go, holy crap, I'm at the wrong party. I start looking around. I didn't know a soul. However, people were saying, hey, there's Santa. Welcome, Santa. Santa's here, everybody. And I go, oh, Jesus, give me a break. So I kind of got escorted into the middle of the party. I couldn't turn around and make an escape very easy. So I go walking in. Somebody says, Santa, you look like you need a beer. And I said, boy, do I. So anyway, they bring out a beer, and I walk over and say, oh, well, little boys and girls, what's Santa have for you? And I start pulling out candy canes, handing them out, this, that, the other. And didn't think anything about it. Finally, after about 10 minutes or so, I walked back out, got in the car, and headed down the road going, holy crap. Anyway, another block or two, and I found a real party. Boy, was I thankful for that. So I go on the other party, didn't think anything more about it until about 2 weeks later. Wife comes in one day and she says, the other night at the Christmas party, how many parties did you go to? I said, what do you mean? I'd forgotten all about it. She says, what do you mean? She says, well, take a look at these pictures here. And it was a picture of me at this Christmas party. And, ruh-roh. Well, it turns out our mailman had been at that party. I didn't recognize him, but he recognized me. I didn't recognize anybody that night. I was just anxious to get out of there. But he recognized me and took my picture and then gave it to the wife at school. So I was confronted. What can I say? Yeah, that really happened. At any rate, don't have any big plans this year for Christmas just as well. When I was flying at the airlines, I used to love wearing this hat. It's got a little bit longer tail on it, I guess you call that. I don't know. Anyway, I used to love to wear this hat taxiing up and so forth. It's also hard for a snarky passenger to get too pissed off at you when you're standing there at the door saying Merry Christmas and so forth, thanks for flying and whatnot. But I learned one thing with this hat. Like I said, it's got a fairly long tail on it. And I don't know, I just kind of like it. But I learned once, you got to be careful if you have a wood stove and you're wearing a hat. Because when you bend over, this thing can catch fire really quick. And it did. One day, a thing was on fire, and I leaned back, and I went, holy crap, great balls of fire. It was burning. But anyway, I went through my emergency procedure for Santa hat on fire and was able to get it taken care of. And have been very cautious ever since. That being said, again, Merry Christmas to everybody, and thanks again for letting me share a little bit of fun and frivolity here at Christmas. Now I plan on taking my Prevagen and perhaps remembering a few more stories for you. Merry Christmas, everyone. This is Bobo Bass Gear. Stop.